0809-444-0981. If Tega allows us to call or to speak,
and we will call.
And there'll be a number to provide then. But for WhatsApp now, 0809-444-0981. Now we start with this story.
And then YouTube now.
Sorry, YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube. Smooth FM Lagos is what you can type in the search box. So find us, subscribe, and watch. The NBA Competition Committee today discussed the uptick in transition take fouls this season and encouraged the league office to develop a rule change that would eliminate insensitive or incentivize incentives rather. What am I saying? It would eliminate incentives to utilize the tactic in future. In other words, the committee is asking the league to punish what are clearly intentional fouls. What are these fouls, Tega?
Okay, so if you watch the NBA, you know how with basically fouls are tactical fouls are somebody has a fast break and you don't want them to take the ball and go and get it to point. You look at them and you hack them and you foul them so that they have to go through the free throw line. Basically, what they tried to do with Giannis last season, because he was struggling from the field from the free throw line. So instead of letting Giannis go and dunk and get 2 points, or dunk and get a 3-point play, just hack him. He will go there and he will possibly miss the 2 free throws. So it's become a thing. So there was a hack a Jordan. Now there's a hack a Giannis. There used to be a hack a Dwight Howard one time, or a hack a Shaq, because Shaquille O'Neal was also not a great free throw taker. So basically they've said that it is too much and it is spoiling the excitement in the game. And so they're going to try and do some punishment. Now, there have been suggestions that have been going on around, nothing really settled. They've been claiming that they're going to, if you commit an intentional foul like that, you stop a fast break, or you try to slow down the clock or run down the clock, then what they're going to do is that they will give 2 free throws and the possession to the other team.
Beautiful.
So if they do something like that, you'll be hesitant to, even if he misses the 2 free throws, they still have possession of the ball. So they're trying, it's different. They haven't categorically come out with what they're going to, what the punishment is going to be. But that's one of the whispers we've heard in the corridors, that that's what's going to happen. But they really want to stop it because, again, they call it the Euro foul because it really started in Europe.
So by hacking, just to put it in clearer context, that countdown, that the annoying countdown that they give to Giannis,
for instance,
10, 9.
So when they count down for him to put him off, because he doesn't know how to take free throws well, so he takes his time. So they're not counting that down for him normally,
and it's distraction.
And it's distraction. So the point is, let's not even get Giannis to the line if we don't have to, because that's what they were doing. They noticed that he couldn't take free throws. So they give him the ball and they hack him. They wouldn't have Chris Middleton. They wouldn't have a James Harden or a Kevin Durant, because those guys are 80% free throw shooters.
Right.
Do you understand? But you look for somebody else that is shaky and just stop. So that's it. So they're going to look into that. So that, for me, that's great news. Excitement already. So I like that. So let's see how it works out for the NBA. Meanwhile, in other news, Lakers won.
Congratulations, Lakers.
All right, someone else who's winning is Odion Igalo, as he's returned to the Super Eagles setup, and it has been confirmed with his inclusion in the 24-man squad for the final phase of the Round 1 World Cup qualifiers for Africa. Raw's men will face Liberia on the 13th of November on the road before keeping a November 16th date with Cape Verde in Nigeria.
Okay, so this is a bone of contention. Odion Igalo retired. Said he wanted to leave international football.
Who can forget?
He gave the young boys the chance to play. He left, like Jordan, and now he's back, like Jordan. So of course this is raising some concerns with Nigerians, with everybody, because you invite Odion Igalo, who's retired, who is out, and so you are bringing him for his experience. I don't know how many points experience guarantees. But because he did that, they had to now drop Taiwo Awoniyi, the young lad that was brought into the team. So now they're dropping youth for a retiree. So I wouldn't have had a problem if there was a struggle and they said, okay, let's look for goal scorers. They have genuine goal scorers on the team. So they're not looking for goals. They have footballers that are experienced, have gone out to play international tournaments. So that's not really what they're lacking. So the question is, why is Odion Igalo coming back? Now, some people said, well, it's not Odion Igalo that pushed for it, it's Genoro that pushed for it. That's not the issue. Whether it was Genoro that called Odion Igalo or Odion Igalo called Genoro.
Why did he answer the call?
The bottom line is his name is on the list.
Why?
And it's taking out space for other youthful people that can bring something different. So why is he on the list? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to open the phone lines and we're going to ask you.
This is going to be hot.
What do you think about Odion Igalo's return to the Super Eagles? So the numbers to call are
01
44
89
981.
again
01
44
89
981.
All right, so let's take the call.
All right, let's take our first call for today. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, Sunday. Good to hear your voice today. Please go ahead.
Yes, please. Odion Igalo should go back to his retirement. He's done well for us, no doubt about that. But it's time for the young boys to take. It's just a Nigerian problem. Once they are in power, they don't want to. Let him go down. There are people that will do the job. Please.
Okay.
For what Sega will say with regards Ronaldo and Ole.
Absolutely.
We are getting there.
We have so many calls to get
Thank you,
through.
Sunday. Hello.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Sure,
Hello,
welcome.
Shehu.
Please
Good
go
to
ahead.
have you on the show.
Yeah. I think what the team really lacks right now is someone that is creative at the middle. We don't really need Igalo. He has already retired. He should just go respectfully, because look at the reviews, comments from most Nigerians. They don't want him back. Taiwo Awoniyi is already doing fine, at Union Berlin, one of the top scorers, in the German league, and he's on hot form. So I don't see any reason whereby they'll be saying which experience are they talking about. Not as if the likes of Osime, Iheanacho are not really doing well. They should give the youth a chance, at least for them to progress. Igalo has already played his part. It should just go. So that's my own view on the matter.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Good morning. Welcome,
right,
Abiola. Go ahead.
from Third Mainland.
Third Mainland.
Okay,
Yes, go ahead.
Abiola.
Yeah, I'm happy to be on the show this morning, and I really would like to speak with Sega. And I will say about Odion Igalo, as a matter of fact, it seems to me as if in Nigeria or RFA, they really do not know what exactly they are doing, because Igalo has retired and he has moved on. And it's expected that he allows other youth to develop. Yes, he was a great footballer and he's still a good footballer. But however, the youth have to make their mistakes and become a good footballer like himself or even better than him. So we need to give them opportunities to actually build themselves. I don't know what General is thinking of bringing him back, but maybe sooner or later they will bring in Taribo West. We need to be very careful about
that.
You did it.
Wow, terrible.
Actually, if we can have a fantasy, I think Okocha should come back.
People are bringing experience.
Yeah. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Paul. Go ahead.
The point is, are we bringing somebody to win a champion or to groom the person to earn money? Everybody that goes outside the country is to earn money. If Odion Igalo is good to win us the competition, why not? We have seen players go on retirement and they are called back, even in Europe. So what is wrong with, what is so exceptional about bringing Igalo back? The point is, we want to win a tournament, not to groom somebody to earn money. Of course, all of them are earning money outside the country. If the coach says, I want this man back, so be it. I don't care if they go and wake up Rashid Yekini to come and win us a championship.
Oh, no.
Simple as that. Thank you all.
Wow, Rashidi.
Right, thank you
Rashidi,
so much.
Let's go over to more stories, please. We'll take the messages after the break.
Okay.
So world number one, Novak Djokovic endured a tough return for the ATP or to the ATP singles circuit, but battled through to beat Martin Fucsovics of Hungary 6-2, 4-6, 6-3 in the second round of the Paris Masters on Tuesday. It is my return to the competition after almost 2 months of not playing in an official tournament, is what Djokovic was quoted as saying. Thus, it was difficult to get into my rhythm, but I'm happy it is a decent win.
Well, it was difficult for everybody on the day. On Central Court or Court Central, whichever one you want to call it. Everybody played 3 sets. It was almost like it was a thing. If you got on Court Central, you're definitely playing 3 sets. It was tough. Look, Fucsovics is not the easiest person to beat, and so at the end of the day, he came in and was playing a guy that plays really brilliant tennis. Yes, he hasn't won enough tournaments to get higher up in the ranks, but he is a tricky opponent for anybody. He has powerful serves. He has a power ground strokes. His strokes. He's fast. Look. If you look at Fucsovics, he looks like a soldier. How do you want to just walk over that kind of physically gifted specimen because you're world number one? You're going to struggle. So yeah, the fact that he was out also was part of it, because you could see that he was off a bit with his rhythm, but he wasn't facing an easy person at all. So that was expected. But congratulations to him. He goes through also Felix Auger-Aliassime. Felix, my baby. He also goes through after his own struggles. Casper Ruud too. So I mean, with the men's tournament, is you know how it is. Can be boring sometimes, but the usual suspects just go through. It's the WTA that you'll be seeing scalps fall from the very first game. Also yesterday, Gael Monfils survived. He lost the first set. He looked like he was down in the second set. That one went all the way to 7-5 and he won it. And then in the third set, by the time he got to the third set, I mean, his opponent had run out of steam, so it was a good one for him. But he survived it. He hasn't been convincing, even if he still plays brilliant tennis. So wait out to see how today turns out, because it's today that I think that we'll begin to see some of those big names fall.
All right. Yeah. Okay then. Let me just go on a break now. When we come back, we will go through some stories and get to that Ronaldo one, and also take your comments on YouTube and on WhatsApp.
Get into Ronaldo, I mean, that's how yesterday. That's how yesterday. Ronaldo scored a brace, to get Manchester United back in.
So a brace is 2, right?
Yeah, 2. Okay. Lewandowski scored a hat-trick. It was Ronaldo that was trending.
Meanwhile,
and they said it was all about the numbers. I said, no, it's not. It's sentiments. Yeah. So you can't tell me that it's about numbers. And the guy that has 2 goals is trending more than the guy that has 3 on the night. It can't be numbers. Yeah. It's sentiments. People in every rivalry, people have taken sides. So there's been a decade-long rivalry between Messi and Ronaldo, and you people sentimentally have your side. And so on the 9th, that a guy he's played 100 games. This is his 28th hat trick, and he scored with Bayern Munich and Dortmund. And he's not the guy that is trending. It's not numbers anymore, guy. Sentiments. Let's stop lying.
True.
In fact, Man U didn't win their game. Man U drew their game.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich won their game.
So by every right.
If you're talking only numbers, if you're genuinely talking numbers, he should be the one trending.
People are celebrating him on YouTube anyway.
So
Lewandowski is the guy.
So don't wake up in the morning and be telling me that it's not sentiment. This is as far as the greatest footballer. It's football all about goals. Please,
guys, it's really cold in the studio.
It's very cold.
When you throw away your shawl, let me tell you people what I did. Look at shawl here. See shawl here. Wrap it around yourself, Efia. Wrap it.
But I'm not Valentine. Thank you.
Wow. Oh, you were looking for who wrap it for you?
Not really.
You're not in the shade.
I'm not you.
Shade.
Thank you so much for wrapping me up.
It says cold in the studio. Val is not going to touch it.
Oh, come hug me.
Val, you want to break our furniture?
Ow.
Guys,
die.
You need to guess why Val is acting like this.
Val is a germaphobe.
Germaphobe.
Val is Rafa Nadal. No, Rafael is not even a germaphobe. At least he plays in red sand. But he's so meticulous. Everything. If he picks up this biro from here, he will drop it in the same spot. He doesn't play. He doesn't like seeing plenty watermark. When he drinks his water, I will drop it back on the spot. He doesn't play that kind of play. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Val is a germaphobe. You can tell from his dressing. His cleanliness is next to godliness. That's how he moves.
Leave me alone.
Are we back?
No, not yet.
That sounds like you, Val.
What?
This person.
Really?
Game of Kings football match.
In this battle of the greats, you have a chance to manage either John
Okay, yeah, they had to.
Carlos team as they play alongside Nigerian players.
Simply grab a bud, get your participation code under the Crown Corp, and text code to 7.
La Liga's Roberto Carlos have been world Roberto Carlos because he was world property.
Invite to watch the match live. Terms and conditions apply. Be a king.
Niger, it's on.
Who is that?
Niger. It's on. Go back.
Niger. They didn't tell you it's Niger.
Niger.
It's on.
How y'all doing? This is the locker room 91.
We are doing great.
Okay, let's take some messages from YouTube first.
Yes,
All right. So YouTube has this one from Adam Ede, says Ronaldo and Eric Bailey saving Ole's job again. Once again, what did United do in training? Because immediately they went to a back back four, there was no discipline. If this happens against City on Saturday, then please, can Ronaldo calls the day now? Is he not tired of stressing himself almost every match day with the team playing with vibes and Ole, inshallah? Meanwhile, Lewandowski is a beast.
Yeah, Charles Studios says Gunnar Raw is a clear example of an old horse who cannot learn new tricks. He likes to stick with what he knows. It's not Igalo's fault that he's been invited.
But that's not the problem of the team.
Right.
That's not the problem of the team. The problem of the team is not scoring. The problem of the team is really in the midfield. It's the shape of the midfield and the players that you're using in the midfield. So if you are bringing in Igalo, that means you haven't identified your problem. Therefore, you are the problem. That's it.
Summarily.
If you haven't identified a problem, then you're the problem. And then for me, again, I would say this: I don't care who made the call. For his name to make the 24-man list, what would have happened was they would have told him that he's been called up, and he said, "Okay."
All right.
So whether he called first or he was just answering call, the bottom line is that he has called. He has come.
Yeah, exactly.
You should, if you came out to say I'm retiring, I don't want to give anybody, then go.
Just leave.
Sean said they dropped a youth for a retiree. Sounds like Nigerian government to me. Carry on.
Chimobi Victor from Alaba International says, I don't know the reason we have to call back Odiongalo, who has called it quits and left out Anthony Awoni, or Taiwo Awoni, who has been in great form. I'm also looking forward to seeing Raw call back Mikel Obi, JJ Okocha, and Kanu Wankwo, since Raw needs experience.
All right, so let's talk about Ronaldo, as Solskjaer has crowned him the Jordan of Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer compared Cristiano Ronaldo's manic influence at Manchester United to NBA legend Michael Jordan after he scored twice to salvage a 2-2 draw at Atalanta on Tuesday. According to Solskjaer, Ronaldo is one of the best that's ever played this game. I'm sure this is the same feeling Chicago Bulls got with Michael Jordan. I'm happy that Tega is the all-round sportswoman, so I think you're in the best position to tell me.
Let me tell you what I've told you this thing. You see how he said it? He's one of the greatest to ever do this, and this is how Chicago. That's exactly how he thinks. That's why he doesn't have tactics, because he just says, "Oh yeah, Michael Jordan, go and do your thing," and he thinks that's how it works. It again. Stressful for me. I would say this to Atalanta though, they have messed up big time. They had 2 games where they could have gotten maximum and they dropped the ball. So on their own side, because they were the better team, they played the better football, they had the better shape. Only of course they struggled defensively, but they had better shape. So they should have ideally gone away with this game. First game 2-0, lost that one 3-2. Second game leading 2-1. Could have been 3-1 if Zapata's header were a little lower. But again, dropped 2 points from there. This one is their fault. They need to go and sit down and cry in the corner. They can't be saying, oh, it's Manchester United. If that were Leicester City, Manchester United would have lost that game. There's no need to think about it. So Atalanta has no excuse. They should cry in the corner. They failed. But on the other hand, it's exactly what I said about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looks at his team. He knows that in the midfield, he has Bruno, he has Paul Pogba. So even if Paul Pogba misbehaves, Bruno will play small. So he knows that side is sorted. He knows defensively he had Varane, even if Varane picked up an injury, so he's doubtful for the Manchester derby. But he knows he has Varane, so he's like, then he sees in the goalpost that he has David De Gea. That one can save ball with his leg, can save with his hand. So he's like, that's sorted. Yeah. Then he goes to the front, and Cristiano Ronaldo is there. And if Cristiano Ronaldo is there, it's not there. There's Greenwood and there's Cavani. He's like, what do I need to coach for? What am I telling these people that they don't already know?
Carry on.
Exactly. Do I want to teach Cristiano Ronaldo how to trap ball? My friend, guys, get on the pitch. You are the greatest in the world. You are the best to have ever played this game. Now go. Do your thing.
That's it.
And then he'll just sit down. And then when they are not doing the thing, he'll not be squeezing his hand as if he gave them tactics and they're not following it. He'll be like, what on earth are you doing? What kind of football is this that we are playing? But again, so which is why I say every time he does this and he knows that worst case scenario, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to step up last minute and score a goal. And everything in the world will be all right. And unfortunately, that's what's happening.
World peace.
It's sad. So
sad.
Again, he hasn't really used the tools that's available to him. Very disappointing.
Wow. Coach Julian Nagelsmann said Robert Lewandowski will be aiming for 100 goals in the Champions League after the Poland striker scored a hat-trick in Tuesday's 5-2 thrashing of Benfica. He played in every offensive position, wanted to have every ball. He started good attacks. He always wants to score more goals, he added.
This is a team that has played brilliantly, but in recent time, you have to question how they defend. Because there has to be a shape and there has to be somebody falling back. But everybody they play this. Besides Nagelsmann, and he's guilty of this not just with Bayern Munich, even from Leipzig where he was. They play this football where everybody pushes up front as if they're playing basketball. Everybody pushes up front. When the ball comes back, everybody falls back. It's crazy. You don't need to do that. And in recent games especially, it's questionable that you are the best team in Germany, one of the best teams in Europe, and you leak goals. Because there are games that will come where it will be tough for you to score goals. So it comes down to the number of goals that you concede. And Bayern Munich is just giving away goals. Benfica could have gotten more than just 2 on the night. So regardless of what they're doing up front, regardless of how brilliant they are going forward, they are very suspect in the back. And to me, that's a big problem if you're going to win titles. You're going to have to play better defensively. But they came out of this one because, of course, when you have a Robert Lewandowski who is scoring goals for fun, and then you have a Serge Gnabry that is adding goals to it, you will be able to do that. Brilliant performance on the night by Kingsley Coman, Leroy Sané. For the first time he played football, I can applaud. I don't buy his hype, but he played good football. For once, he passed the ball when he needed to pass it. He's one of those players I can't stand because he holds onto the ball too much. There are 10 outfield players for a reason. Pass the ball, Oga. So he holds onto the ball too much. But yesterday he was effective, which was brilliant. Lewandowski was great. The usual suspects were great, but defensively they need to sort that out.
Okay, so Jurgen Klopp wants to say the right things when it comes to Atletico Madrid and Diego Simeone, but there's always an itch he ends up scratching. After winning in Madrid, a grinning Klopp sarcastically weighed down the tunnel at Simeone, who habitually avoids shaking the other coach's hand. He said, I wanted to shake his hand and was running off. I'm also not overly happy with my reaction.
Okay, so now he's trying to be the nice guy. Basically, both of them are petty. So after Liverpool lost to Atletico Madrid last time out, Jurgen Klopp was the first person to start shouting that how can you have players like Koke, Sao, you have Suarez, and you're not playing open football, expressive football, coming out to attack, that they play very ugly football, they sit deep, and then they counter-attack. Oga, if that's what he knows how to do, That's what he knows how to do. Some people like to fry their stew before they put the egusi inside. Some people like to boil their meat and put the egusi from the beginning. However you want to do it, let the egusi soup come out sweet.
Last.
You understand? If you want to fry the red oil, or if you don't want, whatever it
Anyhow.
is.
Live your life.
So you've decided to play expansive football. He wants to close shop and be conservative. Why are you castigating him? Who told you your own part is the best part? Anyway, turns out after he criticizes him like that, of course Diego Simeone took it personal. So and Jurgen Klopp took the loss personal. Diego Simeone took the criticism personal. So this season, nobody wanted to shake anybody's hand. They didn't forget what happened on the football pitch. And then coming back to the first leg in Madrid, Atletico Madrid against Liverpool, where Liverpool went 2 goals up, Atletico Madrid equalized, and then there was a penalty given that Liverpool used to eventually win the match. It was personal for Diego Simeone. He felt his side had played brilliantly and they were hard done by. Of course, he, as usual, he carried his passion and walked down the tunnel without greeting. And Jurgen Klopp, him too, did a score. And now he's ashamed of his score that he did. But it's just 2 coaches that have taken this. It's not even a good rivalry because it just really started last season with losing, and they are in this season, and it's really still, hurting both of them. So yes, it's a brilliant game that is set up for today. But Liverpool, of course, look like the better side to win it. They played brilliantly. They're scoring goals for free, and they are not conceding as many goals. Atletico Madrid, on the other hand, they've been grinding out results in recent times. They're not as convincing. But against Liverpool and against Jurgen Klopp, Diego Simeone will tear shirt today. I'm looking cold. But what it just means is that for the neutrals and for those that are watching, it's going to be brilliant football.
It's going to be brilliant football. Manchester United is on autopilot, says Tayo. Ole is only present for purposes of compliance. He don't know nothing.
And he adds that Nagelsmann is basketball coach, disguising as a football coach. Chimobi Victor from Alaba International says, for me, I don't see Atletico Madrid getting maximum points against Liverpool, not at Anfield, while for Barcelona, they will not qualify to the round of 16. I can tell you authoritatively.
Sean from Magodo says, Ron Ole Solskjaer, birds of feathers, only trying to be overprotective of their jobs. They lack football managerial tactics, who only advise kick and follow on the pitch. How on earth would Raw call back a retired player when a good number of players in their juvenile age are flung everywhere? What a Joe Blog decision to bring in Igalo and drop Awoniyi. Both coaches' time or both of their times are running out and might end up with a blatant disgrace.
I think their time has run out, not is running out. That's already run out.
Tega, thank you so much. Catch her work, follow her work, support her work with Ladies in Sport at LIS International on all social media handles. Check out the website lisladiesinsport.com, at Ayomiro Essay.
And he's at Valentine Ohu on social media.
This is Smooth Breakfast.
Sporting world never loses.
All right, people.
All right, lady.
Tega, thank you very much.
Thank you, YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube.
Thank you to our wonderful listeners and viewers.